Hey, this is Kyle, and today we are going to be talking about what to look for when you are purchasing a used BMW X3. And we are going to be talking about specifically the G01 chassis, which is from 2018 or newer. So the first thing to look out for is obviously check for accident damage. So to do that, you want to check and make sure all the lines on the vehicle match up, all the hood lines, your front end, all of your doors. Gotta make sure everything is flush and fit like it would be from factory, and nothing's poking out to indicate that it's been hit before and repaired. And another way you can verify this is take a look at the vehicle history report, which is a Carfax or an auto check, and it'll tell you that there's been no accident or damage reported. You can see that it's a one-owner vehicle. It was a personal vehicle. You can see the mileage, and you can see all of the service records that it has. So you can see they had it for 3 years, 8 months, drove it 20,000 miles a year almost. So that was quite a few miles, which again indicates that this was highway mileage, along with that MPG that we saw in the cluster. And you can see where it was serviced, what was happening with the vehicle. So oil and filter changed, maintenance inspection with the exterior trim was checked, tires were replaced, inspections, more tires, four-wheel alignment, oil change, battery replaced, four-wheel alignment, 4 tires replaced. So it was a well cared for vehicle that I was lucky to be able to find. Now the second thing you want to look out for, especially on these newer BMWs, is that it has the option packages that you want. So if you want comfort access, which means you can just walk up to the car and touch that door handle and it'll open, then you need to make sure that you have an options package that includes the comfort access. If you want the ambient lighting that runs along all of the doors and the dashboard underneath here, then you're going to have to make sure you want that and select that option package. And you find a vehicle that has that. If you want the panoramic moonroof, same thing there. If you want the larger iDrive 7 screen, or if you want the Live Cockpit Pro display, or you want the heads-up display, these are all options that are available. They just have to be selected when the vehicle was purchased. Otherwise, it's just a headache to add it afterwards, code it, and get everything in there afterwards. So the options packages that this vehicle has is the driver assistance package, which has the blind spot detection and lane departure warning, but it also has the driver assistance plus package, which means it has the active stop and go and active drive assistant with the extended collision mitigation. So what this does is this basically is self-driving. So it will steer for you, it'll brake for you, and it'll use radar cruise control to go ahead and... Here's the ambient lighting. And you find a vehicle that has that. If you want the panoramic moonroof, same thing there. If you want the larger iDrive 7 screen, or if you want the Live Cockpit Pro display, or you want the heads-up display, these are all options that are available. They just have to be selected when the vehicle was purchased. Otherwise, it's just a headache to add it afterwards, code it, and get everything in there afterwards. So the options packages that this vehicle has is the driver assistance package, which has the blind spot detection and lane departure warning, but it also has the driver assistance plus package, which means it has the active stop and go and active drive assistant with the extended collision mitigation. So what this does is this basically is self-driving. So it will steer for you, it'll brake for you, and it'll use radar cruise control to go ahead and keep the distance between you and the vehicle in front of you on the highway. So that was one of the packages that I was looking out for. Another thing I was looking out for was the executive package, so that I would make sure I have everything that I was looking for, like the ambient lighting, the full LED headlights, because you can equip these X3s with halogen still, and you can also miss the option for comfort access, so that you actually have to put the key and you have to press the unlock button on your fob before coming up to the vehicle. I also have that Park Assistance Plus in the front and back. It's a 360 surround camera as well, which is a surround view with 3D view. The active park distance control, the gestures, the heads-up display, the Live Cockpit Pro with navigation in the center, which is that display right there. Also, I wanted it fit with the trailer hitch. You can put this on aftermarket, but it's just nice to have it from factory so that it's coded into this display with the trailering assist mode. I also have the acoustic glass package, which makes it a double pane glass basically with a layer of insulation in the center. Front ventilated seats, so these are heated and ventilated. So you can see here we have our options for our heated and ventilated seats. It's also the X-Line package. This is an X-Drive, which means that this is all-wheel drive. So again, just make sure that you find the vehicle with all the options packages that you wanted. So this has the bigger display with the executive package. It has the bigger display with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And it has the wireless charger. So just make sure that you get a vehicle that has the options that you wanted. So third thing to check is the overall condition. So whether that's mechanical condition, physical condition. Let's actually go ahead and pop the hood, pull that twice. We want to make sure that all of our door sills are good. There's no damage anywhere inside the vehicle either. And we'll take a peek here in the back seat. We'll check and see if there's any scratches anywhere on any of these soft touch leathers. See if there's any damage on the back of the seat. Staining on the carpet. As you can see, there's a couple of small stains there. We'll check the back seat, see if there's any tears. We'll check all of the accessories. So you can see this back seat is pretty much pristine, like no one's ever sat in it. And they do recline, as you can see. We have this recliner ability right here that will adjust the seat. You can pull it forward or backwards to recline. So let's actually take a look under the hood here. So when we get up and we open the hood, we want to check and make sure that all of the screws are in their correct location and they don't seem damaged at all, to indicate that they've been taken apart or any damage has occurred to the front of the vehicle. So you can see everything is looking like it would fresh from the factory everywhere under here. And of course you'll check the mechanical condition, make sure you don't see any oil leaking anywhere, you don't hear any strange sounds, everything is running smoothly for you. You can see at some point some coolant did spray, so it looks a little bit dirty. But you'll just want to check the mechanical condition of the vehicle. So you go ahead and start it up and make sure that everything is running smoothly from a cold start. There's no extra rattles sounds healthy. And another thing you can check is from the main menu, you can actually go to Car. You can select Driving Information. You can select Trip Data, and you can change it from Value Since Individual, which is since I've reset it when I purchased it on November 4th, to From Factory. So you can actually see what the MPG is and how they drove it from factory. So the last 1,000 miles pretty much has been driven in Comfort and Eco Pro. And since factory, we're at 28.1 mpg. And if we are 28.1 mpg, and the vehicle is rated at 29 mpg on the highway, that this vehicle hasn't been driven super hard, and it's mostly been highway miles. So that's an assumption that you could make based on the mileage, the year of the vehicle, and the MPG values since factory. So that's a nice little area that you can check. And you just want to make sure that every accessory does work through the vehicle. So you just do your due diligence on everything. Make sure your books are in there from new. That just tells you that it's a well cared for vehicle. Let's go ahead and test the rear trunk, the hatch. And you can see back here, we do have the accessory right here for actually going ahead and hiding things in the boot so you can't look through the rear hatch and see what is back here. So you can see the accessory is here and still works. That's a good sign. You can see just some dog hair because I have huskies, but other than that, it's really clean back here. There's not paint spills, there's not stains all over the place. All the accessories are still here. We have our spare tire. Our jack and med kit in here. Med kit's supposed to be down there, so it looks like that is missing. So we'll go ahead and put one in. Let's see what's on this side. Nothing. We'll just go ahead and put that back in. And we'll test it one more time. Okay. So everything is actually looking good. You can also tell how much they cared for this vehicle by checking the paint. You can see there's still a lot of metallic flake from this black sapphire metallic, and it looks really shiny. Means it was waxed often. And you can see they have PPF applied to the vehicle. So you have it on the door edges. We have it on the mirror. We have it on this quarter panel, the entire panel. We have it on the hood. We have it on the headlights, which are the BMW adaptive LED headlights, which is part of the executive package that I wanted. I wanted the LEDs. And the front bumper is also PPF'd. You can see the PPF line right there. Only somebody who cares about their vehicle would go through the trouble of putting paint protection film on their car. The B48 and B58, compared with the ZF8 automatic transmission, is a stellar combination that gets, obviously you saw, great MPG for an all SUV that can tow, getting 28 MPG from factory across 67,000 miles is incredible. And it's super smooth. I really appreciate this vehicle's ride. Although I wish I didn't have run flats, but they're brand new, so I'm not getting rid of the tires until they wear down a little bit more than they are. So yes, if you guys have any questions on things to look for when purchasing a new car, go ahead and please let me know. And subscribe to stay tuned for more information on BMWs or any other used vehicles I find myself getting. Have a good week, and thank you for tuning in.